Hey guys, welcome back to Bottom Shelf Bar, the show where we try liquor off the bottom shelf of our local liquor store and tell you whether or not you should ever try it. I'm joined, of course, again by my good friend Connor, and this time I don't know what we're drinking.
Yes, for our special non-specific winter holiday episode, each of us has gone out and bought a mystery liquor without telling the other one what we're getting, other than I bought a clear liquor and Paul did not.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get, here's the bottle, it's in the bag still. I'm going to give Paul an opportunity to feel the bottle and see if he can guess what it might be just based on bottle shape. The shots are already poured in measuring cups, so if he can't figure it out, he's just going to get a mystery shot.
This is elliptical, and the only liquors that I know that come in like elliptical bottles are like Fireball. Which I know this isn't Fireball.
Yeah, it's clear, so it can't be. But that would be a fun prank.
I'm looking at Connor's other liquors to judge by the bottle shape.
All right, I'm gonna give you a countdown. 5, 4, 3.
I'll go with rum.
1. We'll find out. Let's set this up in the front here.
Our mystery bottle.
Let's get our shots ready in the measuring cups, as always, as per tradition.
I'm scared. Oh, that's gin. Oh, that's very clearly gin.
Yes. Oh. It's definitely not the best gin in the world. It is Burnett's London Dry Gin.
It does taste more like gin than the last one. By a significant amount. It's very junipery.
Yes, there is quite a bit of juniper flavor. It's got a little burn. It's got a little bit of cheap alcohol flavor. Is this the same Burnett's of cheap vodka fame? Probably.
Okay.
I would assume. They just put some... This one claims to be Sir Robert Burnett's. So...
It also claims to be a 1770 original formula. I gotta say, though, actually... it's got the same cheap liquor burn that other liquors have had. However, that's good botanical flavor. The juniper is really good in there, like actually, yeah. Which I wasn't expecting. I was expecting a much worse shot.
The more I think on the flavor, it's actually, I guess I haven't said this yet. This was $9 for this fifth. So for a $9 gin, the flavor is not bad at all. It's just, it does have that burn.
It's got the mouth numbing burn specifically, the kind that makes your mouth like kind of makes you not taste as well. You know what I mean?
Sure.
A little deadened, a little bit like Novocaine.
Novocaine, except gin.
We have a special miniaturized challenge this time.
Yes, we took the cup challenge and we made it small.
We'll be doing cup stacking into pyramids with these shot cups. Also, just to show everyone that we have the option of taking shots and we still choose.
We just choose measuring cup because it's more fun. All right, let's make some pyramids out of tiny cups in 3, 2, 1, pyramid. Well, how have I not figured out a better technique for this by now?
Oh god, that shot wasn't that bad. I was expecting worse.
Yeah, honestly, it was I had an initial moment of questioning myself. But...
Whoa! I did not expect to win that. I have fat fingers.
Wow, okay, well done. As you might imagine, for gin, we're going to follow this up with a gin and tonic, so we'll get that ready and be right back.
That was a surprisingly pleasant shot. Alright guys, we're having a gin and tonic, just like the last time we did gin, and once again, it's gin and tonic and a splash of lime.
Just a little bit for a little extra flavor.
Honestly, after the shot, I'm excited.
Yeah, I think this might actually be a decent gin and tonic. It's a little better than the first one we had on episode 1.
I'd say more than a little.
As a gin and tonic, I would say this is alright.
I would drink this. Which is not something I can always say. We've had good luck recently. Recently being this and the last liquor and nothing else. But
pretty much. But
this is pretty good.
This is that second sip. I liked it more, which is interesting. But yeah, this is in the first time we did gin, I said it is a gin and tonic, but this is a gin and tonic. Like, I'm more enthusiastic about it this time. It's still not my favorite drink by any stretch of the imagination.
This has a bad aftertaste. If you just sit there for long enough, the bad like liquor comes through. Like, actually, which I wasn't expecting.
I'm looking for it. I'm making funny faces. Yeah, if you look for it, you can find it. But, you know?
Also, given how juniper-y the shot was, I also thought it would come through a little bit more here. And it kind of doesn't. I'm not upset about it. It's pretty good. But I was also kind of expecting a mouthful of juniper.
I don't think you can be mad, though, that it didn't serve you up a snow cone full of pine needles.
Look, I meant it in a good way. Good gin is like a good mouthful of pine needles. That's pretty good.
Yeah, so far, honestly, this is pretty decent.
I'm very surprised. And for $9.
Maybe it's a bargain. We'll keep testing it. In the meantime, it's time for more cups.
It's time for cups 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, it's all right. 3, 2, 1, pyramid.
Oh, God.
I think I found a technique. Except my fingers are stuck. Sticky.
This is hard with the small cups.
Yeah, they don't... Gravity is less of a factor. There we go. I got it. All right, we're tied up 1-1.
That's about what I expected.
We'll see what happens. Our next drink is the Gimlet.
That it is.
All right, this is a Gimlet. It's 2 parts gin, 1 part simple syrup, and 1 part lime juice. And it's a very good way of finding out if the gin that you're using is crappy. So let's have a taste.
I am optimistic. That's pretty good.
How was that so smooth?
I don't know. The alcohol's not smooth. This is smooth.
This is so smooth. What happened?
Okay, also, using actual limes makes a big difference.
Don't at me. This is a pretty decent Gimlet. It's not the best Gimlet in the world, but
pretty good.
It's
genuinely.
It is a big damn step up from the first Gimlet we had in episode 1.
It's a really big step up from that.
This is extremely drinkable. And that's something we have not been able to say for too many of the high proof cocktails that we make on this show. And you can still get a little bit of that cheap alcohol flavor if you go looking for it. But honestly, if you just kind of are knocking this back, it's pretty good.
And you could knock this back. That's a good Gimlet. I mean, the flavor's not... okay, to be fair, compared to a Gimlet made with a high quality brand, the flavor's still kind of off. The juniper kind of comes off as almost cardboardy. There's like a stainless to it or something. It doesn't have the same crisp like juniper bite.
I think not quite as crisp is a very apt description.
Yeah, which is, again, we're comparing it to the Bellows gin, which we did not like. This is much better. This cocktail tasted like gin. It tastes pretty good, and it goes on way smoother than I was expecting, even from the shot.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty pleased with that.
I'm really, really surprised at how good that Gimlet just was. It was way smoother than I expected. It tasted way better than I expected. Mm-hmm. And although there was a little bit of an aftertaste, it was not as bad as I expected at all.
I mean, that's something I would... that's a quality that I would not be upset with if I ordered this at a bar.
Yeah, I mean, that's a Gimlet I would be happy to serve to somebody, and they wouldn't be, not wanting to hang out with me again.
Yeah, if you serve the Bellows up, I think that person would not want to drink with you anymore.
You would be losing some friends with that one. But this, you're keeping your friends, so that's an absolute win. Speaking of winning, it's time for Cup Pyramid Part 3.
All right, you know the drill.
Cup Pyramid. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh God, how do you separate them that fast? Oh, you're going off the top.
Going off the top. That's my new strat. got it. Well done.
I made a nice stack.
Your stack is very pretty.
Thanks.
We're going to make a Tom Collins and find out if it can possibly be as pretty as Paul's cup pyramid. See you in a second.
Alright guys, so here we have our second Tom Collins of the series. It's, of course, gin, lemon juice, simple syrup, and seltzer.
Yes, let's see how it is. It's pretty damn good.
It is good.
It's not an out of this world cocktail. What are you doing there? Sniffing?
It kind of smells like hot dog water.
Hold on.
What?
Okay. We did make beer brats earlier. I think that's clouding our judgment because I smell that too, but it's very sus. Regardless of dubious smells, it tastes pretty good. If you're looking for a Tom Collins that's a little bit gin forward, you know, juniper flavor or whatnot, this isn't it. But
yeah,
if you're looking for a Tom Collins that you can slurp down, this is it.
the juniper could be stronger. It could come through more and stuff like the Tom Collins and even the Gimlet, the gin and tonic. It could come through more, but it's good. It's there. It's present. I mean, it's an enjoyable drink.
Yeah. This is... Hold on. Do we just have a clean sweep of good drinks?
I think we did. These were all pretty good.
All the drinks were pretty good.
Even the shot was like, I mean, I was taken aback because I didn't know what I was expecting.
He wasn't prepared.
But it was honestly a pretty good shot.
I think we might have a winner here.
Yeah, so far, this might have tested the best. This is good.
Yeah, this is just something that I picked off the shelf because it was $9 and I thought it looked pretty.
I was going to say, this is something we've never talked about before because it is never worth talking about. But the label and the aesthetic, very good. I like it a lot.
Definitely the first bottle we've had on the show that actually looks nice. Like, I would put this on my bar over there and just like have it out because it looks kind of good. And it tastes kind of good. And it makes drinks that are kind of good. I'm feeling and keep in mind our scale is biased towards cheap alcohol. So, you know, if you were comparing this to a Beefeater gin, for example, which is,
it wouldn't stack up.
What we would normally use, or what I would normally use, it doesn't stack up. But on the bottom shelf bar scale, I'm giving this a 4.5 out of 5.
I'm going with a 4 out of 5. I think to me a 5 out of 5 would be something where that juniper flavor cuts through more on the drinks. But this is really good. It melts into the drink. The juniper is detectable, much more so. The last gin, the juniper was gone the moment you put it in anything. But this is pretty good. I give it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, it has the flavors you're looking for. It makes the drinks that you want. Tastes pretty good.
I'm impressed.
Oh, and for $9
yeah.
for a fifth, this is a great value.
I think this is the second liquor that I can just recommend that you buy.
Yeah, straight up. If you need a gin for less than $10, absolutely buy this. It is 100% worth it.
Also on the show, just in terms of price to quality, this is the most bang for your buck we've had yet, yes, without a doubt.
So there you have it. I think it's time for Cup Pyramid.
One final one.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Are you feeling the power of Cup Stack?
I'm really feeling it, Mr. Krabs.
All right, 3, 2, 1, Pyramid.
Oh my God! Why are you so fast?
Stuck together. I've been sabotaged by my own cups.
Aha! Oh! Winner takes all, you say.
Paul is the winner of the Cup Stack, but I think that I'm a winner.
Really a tie.
I think that I'm a winner for
bringing
the Burnet's. Yeah, Burnet's.
London
Burnett? I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. Burnett? Let's go with Burnett. Burnett's London Dry Gin. Overall, I think we give it a 4.25 out of 5. For $9, it is a fantastic value.
It really is.
It makes pretty good drinks, and we definitely recommend it as a cheap gin. This has been Bottom Shelf Bar. My name's Connor.
I'm
Paul. Thanks very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment if you have any suggestions for future alcohol for us to try. That's it. See you next time.
Next time, we'll be looking at the mystery alcohol I picked out.
I forgot. We're merging them into the same episode.
Oh! You're right. This is going to be one long episode.
We'll see you in about 10 seconds, where I get to discover what a mystery alcohol is, and we're doing it all over again. Hopefully it'll be just as good.
It probably won't.
Keep
See you
watching.
soon. All right, this is my mystery liquor that I have chosen. Once again, Connor will get a chance to feel up the bottle and see if he knows what it is. So yeah, I'll introduce him to the bottle in a bag.
So far, the only thing I know, because the shots are pre-poured, is that it is tan brown.
He was not around when I poured it.
Yes, I was in the other room. Bottle feels square. That makes me think gin, but I know it isn't because it's brown and we just had gin. I'm gonna guess tequila with caramel color. All right.
Interesting choice. Now we'll take shots.
We're gonna do shots, and I'm gonna have a rude awakening, I feel. Cheers. Oh no.
Oh god.
It's a cheap whiskey.
It sure is.
Oh no. Oh dear. Alright. I don't know if it's the worst cheap whiskey I've ever had, but it's definitely cheap whiskey.
This is
Unveil it.
Evan Williams Green Label Bourbon. It was also $9.
I've heard of this.
I've had a lot of Evan Williams because, you know, when you're young and you need cheap alcohol, Evan Williams is very cheap. I hate this. I hate Evan Williams.
It's got a very woody taste once you actually like let it process for a second. The bottle implies that it's worth more than it does. The
bottle, I guess, you know, this is a thing we suddenly look at because these last two bottles have actually looked good. This is a pretty good looking bottle. I definitely...
Except for the plastic cap.
That's true. I knew this was $9 and still expected better because of the bottle.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of marketing going into this one. I'm not
to be fair,
thrilled with this bourbon.
This is better than several cheap whiskeys. The last cheap whiskey we had, which was, of course, the Bellows whiskey, that went down really poorly. This also went down poorly, but, I mean, it was better.
Yeah, this is not as bad as the Bellows whiskey. It's still not great. I definitely, immediately after it hit my mouth, I was taken aback, and I didn't want to have any more. But that's exactly what we're gonna do right after our first challenge.
That's right.
It's a challenge I'm very bad at.
I'm very excited for it.
We're gonna get these pencils and we're gonna bounce them into these cups. We're only trusting ourselves to be able to do it once because
one time I did 11 of these in a minute, but that was a long time ago.
And you were probably also...
I was sober.
Less alcohol fueled. All right. 3, 2, 1, pencil.
Does that count?
I mean, it's in the cup.
It's in the cup.
You're gonna beat me anyways, because mine literally hit the table and just tipped over.
That was the first try.
All right. This game may not be very fair, but in any case, we're gonna jump into our next cocktail.
Whiskey and Coke. This is whiskey. Bourbon and Coke.
Bourbon and Coke.
But it's just a subset of whiskey.
We're flying by the seat of our pants. All right, this is a whiskey and Coke. In this case, it's bourbon and Coke, really, but same difference. As we tend to do, we've made 4 parts Coke to 1 part whiskey. We're going to see how it tastes. Yeah, it's okay. It's not the worst whiskey and Coke I've ever had, but it's kind of down there.
Yeah.
The whiskey flavor that we were complaining about with the shot comes through fairly strong. The Coke is a good addition, but I don't think it's enough.
It's like smoky Coke and acetone.
That was a really nice description.
It was.
I also just really like the phrase smoky Coke, but
Smoky Coke.
Coca-Cola hit us up. We'll set you up.
It's this isn't a great whiskey and Coke.
No, it's not.
Maybe one day one of these cheap whiskeys will be good, but
I have my doubts personally.
me too. However, this is better than DeBella's whiskey.
Yeah, out of the whiskeys that we've tried with Coca-Cola, one is better. It's still not good.
Yeah.
But it is better. The whiskey is less obnoxious in this, but it is...
Cheap whiskeys all have this acetone oak flavor in common.
Yeah.
That I've had anyways, where they all have that bitterness, kind of like the tannins that you expect out of real whiskey, but artificial and bad alcohol tasting.
Yeah.
As soon as Connor finishes up his drink, we're gonna bounce some pencils in the cup again.
Sometimes we hit. Most of the time we miss.
Well, that's because that's how cheap alcohol is.
Speaking of most of the time we miss, pencil cup.
Pencil and cup. Bounce off eraser into cup. That is challenge.
I think we communicated that better last time.
Why use many word when few word do trick?
Why take many shot when few shot do trick? All right. 3, 2, 1, pencil.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Oh no.
We did take a little pizza break between the last shot and this, and I think that was an error. Oh no.
Oh God. This is bad.
This is gonna be a long night, isn't it? I can't figure it out.
Where did my pencil go?
I should mention we're unsupervised again tonight, so it's all up to us, and that's not for the best.
It's stuck.
I think I'm gonna give myself the victory because even though I couldn't get my pencil in the cup, my pencil is not lost. What? No. I got it.
Oh no!
I win anyway. All right. I don't remember what our next drink is, but we're gonna.
Old fashioned.
Oh, it's an old fashioned. We'll make it. Bye.
Alright guys, this is again a whiskey old fashioned, which has whiskey, simple syrup, bitters, and this orange peel with the wipe around for the orange essence.
Something like that.
We're gonna try it.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah,
It's way too whiskey forward. I mean, that's what a whiskey old fashioned is. But this whiskey is not good enough to use in such a drink. And the like fake woodiness of this is just too much.
yeah. If the orange are stronger, honestly, if you use like actual orange juice and you could offset with that bright flavor, this would actually probably be good because this isn't the worst cheap whiskey. This specifically, though, like the standard old fashioned, this isn't good.
Yeah, the whiskey is not up to standard to use in a cocktail that is almost entirely dependent on how good the whiskey is. And, you know, simple syrup and an orange peel are not enough to salvage it by any stretch of the imagination.
And bitters.
There are bitters in this.
Those are good bitters.
We go heavy on the Angostura bitters because we love those.
Mm-hmm.
But they can't save it. The whiskey tastes too bad.
It's not too far from being good. There's probably a few simple changes you can make and make it pretty good.
Yeah, it has potential, but it's...
Yeah. This isn't the drink for this. This isn't the whiskey you should be using for an old fashioned, for one.
Absolutely not. Ooh. Yeah. It keeps... Like, the aftertaste of it is pretty bad. It keeps making me cringe, as you've seen.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not a whiskey old-fashioned that I would like to have again.
With that said, we're gonna bounce some more pencils.
Yeah.
To show you how sober we are not.
I'm getting real tired. 3, 2, 1. Bounce.
Okay, it was in the cup. That's why I knocked over.
Ow.
All right, here we go.
How do you do that? How did I successfully do it that one time?
Got it.
Wow.
Hey.
All right, Paul takes a 2-1 lead. I don't even know how I remember that.
Now, you guys want to know an interesting part about the challenges? This time, this special episode, we're doing an additional we're doing a punishment for the loser of the challenges.
We'll get to that after the last call, which we're going to make now.
However, currently we're sitting at 4-3. So we'll see you at the last call.
It's high stakes.
Alright guys, as is our every other episode tradition, we have our last call, which is every ingredient that has been used in this episode and the episode before, which, of course, since this is not 2 episodes, it's just this episode, we have Burnett's Gin, Evan Williams Bourbon, we have lemon juice, lime juice, simple syrup, seltzer water, tonic water, Coca-Cola, and bitters, and orange peel essence.
Just to round it all out.
That's right.
We are going to attempt to chug this as per tradition, and we'll see how it goes.
Cheers.
Cheers. I can't do it. It's got too many flavors and it's a little too fizzy.
It kind of tastes like Red Bull.
I don't drink Red Bull, but I believe you.
That's a pretty good last call, honestly. Yeah. Not too bad.
It's not my favorite. The cheap whiskey cuts through pretty strong still.
But the gin also cuts through and it's tasty.
There's some gin there. There's some good flavors in there. There's some not so great flavors in there. It was the last call, you know?
It is what it is.
It's got one of everything. Of course it's going to taste like one of everything.
I think that one was not too bad.
Yeah. So
bitters are good.
I think overall we have a clear favorite.
Well, we have to rate the
Yes.
bourbon. The bourbon.
Before we get into that,
I'll probably give a 2 out of 5.
I think a 2 out of 5 is fair. It's definitely not good bourbon by any stretch of the imagination, but it is by no means the worst whiskey that we have ever tried. For $9, it's still okay, but for $9, Burnett's London Dry Gin is great.
Yeah, I gotta say, in terms of going head to head on grabbing a random liquor at the liquor store for cheap, Connor really pulled through with this Burnett's Gin. This is genuinely good stuff, which I was not expecting out of this. The Evan Williams is alright at best. This is the first liquor where I can honestly say if you're looking for liquor on the cheap, this is the one you should get.
Absolutely recommend. For $9 for a bourbon or for just whiskey in general, you could do a lot worse than the Evan Williams.
That's true. You could do a lot worse. It's if you want to buy whiskey or bourbon under $10, I actually would recommend this. But it's just the fact that cheap whiskey on the whole is not tasty.
So having finished the last call, we have a very important bet to introduce. We have some mustard from dinner earlier.
We made beer brats earlier, and this is the mustard we have for beer brats because I like good mustard. This is some pretty potent rustic style mustard.
It is. And whoever loses the challenges overall for this whole video, both the gin and the whiskey segments, is going to have to eat the rest of this mustard with a spoon. Which means I am probably going to have to eat the rest of this mustard with a spoon.
If we get a tie, we'll go into a special tiebreaker round.
We don't even know what that is yet. Let's get the pencils out and see what happens. All right, there's lots of things on the table right now.
There are.
Both physically and metaphorically. I think all that's left to do is 3, 2, 1, pencil.
God!
Come on, Connor. You can do this. Come on. Desperation. I don't want to eat the mustard.
Desperado.
Oh no.
No, my cup! Oh no!
It doesn't count. I gotta do everything I can to save my skin. By skin, I mean... Oh,
Got it!
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Looks like you're eating mustard, my guy.
Alright. I signed
I'll
up...
say this is good mustard, but I wouldn't eat it straight. That's fine. You don't need it anymore.
That's how I feel about this. You know, this is the price I pay for accidentally picking the better,
I will say you
the
did
better
accidentally
$9
pick.
alcohol.
You did accidentally pick probably the best straight liquor we've had. I like the caramel whiskey, but it's a flavored liquor. In terms of just straight liquor,
it kind of fucks.
it does.
All right, I'm just gonna get a big spoonful.
Oh god, that was so much more than I thought there was left.
My taste, my tolerance, that is, for bad tastes has improved as a result of this show. So, oh gosh. What a bizarre sensation.
All the seeds in your mouth.
Yeah. It's gone. I need a chaser, but
I'm impressed.
it didn't taste that bad, to be honest. I probably just swallowed most of the seeds whole. But thanks very much for tuning in to the Bottom Shelf Bar December non-specific holiday episode. Thanks again very much for watching. My name is Connor, and that's Paul.
I'm Paul. This has been Bottom Shelf Bar 2020. We'll be on a brief hiatus because of filming difficulties by, not being in the same city. But we'll be returning to you soon with lots of new cheap liquors in 2021.
Leave a like if you enjoyed this video and comment if you have any suggestions for Season 2 of Bottom Shelf Bar. We appreciate your support so far, and we're looking forward to drinking more terrible alcohol in the future. Can't wait to see you then. Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys. That's a wrap! Season 1!
It makes sense if you don't think about it. Kind of like this show.